Hey, howdy, what's up? Here talking about my favorite issue on the entire planet, microplastics. They're everywhere. They're literally inevitable. They're in the deepest parts of the ocean. They're in sediment. They're flying around in the air at the toppest parts of the atmosphere. Literally the most widespread contaminant on the entire planet that is even inside your body. There was a documentary they released earlier this year called We're All Plastic People, and basically it's an open and shut case as to why microplastics are in your body, your kid's body, your baby's body, even if you live somewhere completely non-industrial. It's an open and shut case here. Which is why when I stumbled upon Fiona Ferreri's research, I'm very sorry if I butchered that name there, genuinely apologetic, for a very scalable and easy technique as to remove microplastics, I thought to myself, goodness gracious, this seems like a game changer. But unfortunately, in a half a decade, although he did have some follow-ups since he's looked into that initial investigation, I haven't seen any like really big scalable ways or genuine attempts to like apply that technique, which I think is a crime. I think it's straight up silly because removing microplastics is a genuine game-changing thing. So we're here today to test this method out and see whether or not it really holds up to snuff. So basically, what this method involves is some water. This focuses around removing microplastics in water because that'll carry the highest density of it for your consumption. You know, people are always drinking water, and microplastics can reach a very high density in water. So that's the main concern of how you'll be consuming a larger harmful amount of microplastics over the course of your life. So basically, what we have is water, vegetable oil, we have olive oil, the great stuff, magnesium oxide, Fe3O4, and some magnets. And our very own home-cooked microplastics, all diced up. Now, this is PET, polyethylene, I can't pronounce the word after that. 40 individual half a centimeter pieces of it, and this method claims to have an 85% success rate. So we'll know if it is really effective if we get 85 or more percent of these out by the end of this little experiment. So basically, what we're gonna do here is separate this, add the olive oil so it stays on top. We form two different densities of liquid here. And then we're gonna add our lovely home-cooked microplastics here. This dish is looking gourmet. And then after that, we're gonna put on some gloves because this can be a very messy technique, as all of my family has unfortunately learned at this point. Our laundry room, our laundry room is very dirty now. Now what we're going to prep here is the 25-pound strength magnet in the plastic baggie here. This is going to be used for our final removal of the product. Now what we're going to do here is open up our little baggie of magnesium oxide, the secret spice that makes this whole dish work. And sprinkle it in. Looking delicious. Then we're going to stir everything around in here. I don't know what the heck I was thinking. I'm just gonna get a spoon. Hey, there we are. You know, sometimes common sense is an ingredient I forget to add when making these dishes. Get that going just a wee bit more, I say. All right, now we're gonna let it settle and let our two liquid layers separate once more. The vegetable oil layer is a little thin, but you can still see it there. And what we have on the bottom now is a ferrofluid. And to dumb it down to a language that even I understand, it basically means magnetic liquid. And that's where the microplastics are going to be. They're going to be separated out by the different densities of the liquids, and they're now going to be in the ferrofluid layer, which is at the bottom. So just to be extra thorough, we're going to increase the size of the first layer just a bit, and stir once more. Don't worry, I'll edit the second stirring portion to spare you the pain of watching me dabble in incompetence. Alright, we're now ready to remove the magnesium oxide from the ferrofluid layer. We're going to dip it in the bottom here with this 25-pound strength magnet. Just so you know, 25-pound strength is overkill, just completely. I imagine you can just get this done with some little circle magnets that you get from Lowe's, which is what I did, but then I got paranoid and I got a 25-pound strength one. So, science requires spending. I guess that's the lesson there. So we're just going to dip it down into the bottom. And as you can see, we're already getting plenty of this. Oh yeah. There we are. The reason I'm using this plastic bag is so that the magnesium oxide does just not permanently stick to my magnet. That's a quick way to render it completely unusable. Alright. Try and remove some of this. We're going to go back for a second time now. I don't know what your definition of homemade dish looks like, but this is looking pretty close. Straw. Alrighty, I'm going to stir this up just one more time. I believe most of it is going to stay in the vegetable oil layer now. Oofta. Okay. Eventually we're going to remove these gloves and put it into the counting bin here, just because they do have some of that ferrofluid magnetic layer on it. But the real question is, was all this worth it if we really can't drink the water? And to that I say, let's give it a shot. Alrighty here. Oh no. Yeah, there. You return to the layer you whence came from now, eh? Okay. I'm gonna give this a second quicker try. Oh no. Right. Gonna give it a little sip here. Not gonna lie, I kind of like the taste of iron. And honest to God, I'm tempted to go in for a third sip, but for the sake of science, we're just gonna sit here. We're gonna play it on the safe side and only stick to 2 sips. I only wanted to do 1 sip originally, but that flavor is not half bad, I gotta tell you. Alrighty. I'll check in later. I'll tell you if I'm like dying or experiencing constipation. No, not constipation. Diarrhea. Diarrhea is what the potential side effects of having too much iron oxide in your body is. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna do that third sip. Yeah, I mean, I'm a little parched. Let's spit that out. Let's see what we're eating here, just for the sake of thoroughness. It's nice and clean to me with a bit of flavor, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I'll check in later. I'll tell you if I'm like literally dying. Alrighty, we're here about 6 hours later. I counted all the microplastic pieces that were in the magnesium oxide that we extracted from our little concoction there, and we had 36 of the 40 pieces recovered, which is just north of the 85% success rate that Fiona Freire predicted in his original method that he got on average, which is good. It means it works. Also, I didn't see any microplastic pieces in the water layer. I literally looked there for like 15 to 20 minutes just to make sure there were no microplastics in there, and there weren't. So I imagine that they are stuck in the vegetable layer layer and not the water layer that we had, which is good. Stellar news. In terms of health effects from taking a hefty couple sips from the water, nothing. I don't feel weird at all, not even a little. My bowels have not been acting in any abnormal manner. And if anything weird pops up after today, I'll add that into the video, but I don't think that's gonna happen, man. I just feel fine. I just drank some water. I just drank some microplastic free water. Obviously, this technique has a long way to go in terms of application, but I think it's very promising. Like, straight up, just extracted all the microplastics from water. I'm very happy and satisfied with the results of this. Thanks for watching, I suppose, and have a nice day. Just try and enjoy it.